What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. As some of you may or may not know, as of fairly recently, TusenFryd Amusement Park in Akershus, Norway, announced the addition of a 2023 multi-launch inverted coaster that seems to be packing some pretty cool elements. Being the first coaster of its kind in the country as well, this new addition will be extremely large and be the park's second launch coaster. But seeing as it's fairly far along and relatively close to opening, I wanted to know more about its layout and upcoming ride experience. So what is it, and where did it come from? This is the story of TusenFryd's Storm the Dragon Legend. With the first photos of track appearing on site in October of this year, Storm the Dragon Legend is a new for 2023 extreme inverted coaster from manufacturer Akershus that will not only be the first of its kind in the country, but the first of its kind from that manufacturer. Stats are currently showing a height of 108.3 feet exactly and a total of 3 inversions. Now, while the coaster itself looks pretty impressive, it does lack what it needs in length. However, given that the park is adding a new coaster and filling space with something entirely new in its own right, I think it's fair to look past that. But let's look at the ride itself. Storm the Dragon Legend starts off with a multi-pass LSM launch that sends riders forward towards the first element, a dive loop, then backwards up the last element, a reverse sidewinder, gaining speed much like that of Intimate Impulses or Premier's Skyrocket 2s. From here, the ride then moves back through the station at speed and makes its way through the first element, where riders will experience a dive loop inversion. This loop marks the highest point on the ride and sends riders back towards the station, where they'll encounter a speed hill over the initial launch. This is followed by a second, extremely snappy dive loop that leads directly into a reverse sidewinder, which then allows the train to enter back into the station and slow to a stop where the ride ends. Again, short, but I think it's fair to assume the best. But really, beyond the layout, what I'm most curious to see is how the coaster will ride. Again, this is Akershus' first inverted coaster beyond a small suspended one they installed in 2021, so there's a lot of room for both error and good things in my opinion. We do know that Akershus has had their fair share of rough rides in the past, but they also have produced some super smooth and thrilling things as well. Not to mention, compared to a lot of other manufacturers, I think Akershus is relatively reliable when it comes to quality and things just working the way they're supposed to. So it'll be interesting to see how this project turns out. And I think it's a great move on TusenFryd's end, because they're doing something new on a budget as well and taking less of a risk given the coaster's small nature. According to the roller coaster database, this whole thing should cost around 100 million Norwegian krone or 10 million US dollars. With that said though, that's just about all the information I can offer to you on Storm the Dragon Legend at this moment, but we are expecting an April opening of next year, so I look forward to that. Hopefully this video has brought you a nice brief overview of this thing though, and if you liked it, please feel free to like and subscribe to keep up with these videos. But besides that, stay tuned for yet another one coming in a couple days, and until then, well, we'll see you all there. See ya.